All right, chapter 13. I looked at him. He looked at me. I flew into the bathroom, shut the door, and locked it. Meow, he said. It sounded like a question. I did not say meow back. I did not say anything. I closed my eyes and counted to 10. He was still there when I opened them. Crenshaw seemed even bigger up close. His white stomach rose from the bubbles like a snowy island. His enormous tail draped over the side of the tub. Do you have any purple jelly beans? He asked. He had thick whiskers that poked out from his face like uncooked spaghetti. No. I said it more to myself than to him. Aretha scratched at the door. Not now, girl, I said. She whined. Crenshaw wrinkled his nose. I smell dog. He was holding one of Robin's rubber duckies. He looked at the duck carefully, then rubbed his forehead on it. Cats have scent glands by their ears, and when they rub on something, it's like writing in big letters, "This is mine." You are imaginary, I said in my firmest voice. You are not real. Crenshaw made himself a beard out of bubbles. I invented you when I was 7, I said, and that means I can un-invent you now. Crenshaw didn't seem to be paying attention. If you don't have purple jelly beans, he said, red will do in a pinch. I looked in the mirror. My face was pale and sweaty. I could still see Crenshaw's reflection. He was making a tiny bubble beard for the rubber duck. You do not exist, I said to the cat in the mirror. I beg to differ, said Crenshaw. Aretha scratched again. Fine, I muttered. I eased open the door an inch to make sure no one was in the hallway listening to me talk to an imaginary cat. Aretha bulldozed through like I had a giant juicy steak waiting in the tub. I locked the door again. Once she was inside, Aretha stood perfectly still on the bath rug, except for her tail. That was fluttering like a windy day flag. I am positively flummoxed as to why your family felt the need for a dog, said Crenshaw, eyeing her suspiciously. Why not a cat? An animal with some um, panache, some pizzazz, some dignity. Both my parents are allergic to cats, I said. I am talking to my imaginary friend. I invented him when I was 7. He is here in our bathtub. He has a bubble beard. Aretha tilted her head. Her ears were on alert. When she sniffed the air, her wet nose quivered. Begone, foul beast, said Crenshaw. Aretha plopped her big paws on the edge of the tub and gave Crenshaw a heartfelt, slobbery kiss. He hissed long and slow. It sounded more like a bike tire losing air than an angry cat. Aretha tried for another kiss. Crenshaw flicked a pawful of bubbles at her. She caught them in her mouth and ate them. I have never seen the point of dogs, said Crenshaw. You're not real, I said again. You always were a stubborn child. Crenshaw unplugged the tub and stood. Bubbles drifted. Bathwater swirled. Dripping wet, he looked half his size. With his fur slicked down, I could make out the delicate bones of his legs. Water rushed past them like a flood around trees. He had excellent posture. I didn't remember Crenshaw towering above me. I'd gotten a lot taller since I was 7. But had he? Did imaginary friends actually grow? Towel, please, said Crenshaw. With trembling fingers, I passed Robin's faded pink Hello Kitty towel to Crenshaw. Thoughts zapped through my brain like summer lightning. I can see my imaginary friend. I can hear him. I can talk to him. He is using a towel. As Crenshaw climbed out of the tub, he reached for my hand. His paw was warm and soft and wet, big as a lion's, with fingers the size of baby carrots. I can feel him. He feels real. He smells like a wet cat. He has fingers. Cats do not have fingers. Crenshaw attempted to dry himself, and each time he noticed a tuft of hair out of place, he paused to lick it. His tongue was covered with little pricklers, like pink Velcro. Those things on your tongue are called uh, Happily, I said, and then I realized that maybe this wasn't the best time to be sharing nature facts. Crenshaw glanced in the mirror. My, don't I look a fright? Aretha licked his tail helpfully. Off me, hound, Crenshaw said. He tossed the towel aside and it landed on Aretha. I need more than a towel. I need a good old-fashioned shake. Crenshaw took a deep breath. His body rippled. Water droplets flew like crystal fireworks, and when he finished, his fur was spiky. Aretha tossed the towel, wagging crazily. Look at that ridiculous tail, Crenshaw said. Humans laugh with their mouths, dogs with their tails. Either way, it makes for pointless mirth. I pulled the towel away from Aretha and she snared it between her teeth to play tug of war. What about cats? I asked. Don't you laugh? I am talking to a cat. A cat is talking to me. We smirk, Crenshaw said. We sneer. Rarely we are quietly amused. He licked his jaw and smoothed a spike of fur near his ear. But we do not laugh. I need to sit down, I said. Where are your parents? And Robin? I haven't seen them in ages. Sleeping. I shall go wake them. No, I practically screamed it. I mean, let's go to my room. We need to talk. I'll leap onto their beds and walk on their heads. It'll be amusing. No, I said, you will not walk on anyone's head. Crenshaw reached for the doorknob. His paw slipped off when he tried to turn it. Would you mind? He said. I grabbed the knob. Listen, I said, I need to know something. Can everybody see you or just me? Crenshaw chewed on one of his nails. It was pale and pink, sharp as a new moon's sliver. I can't say for sure, Jackson. I'm a bit out of practice. Out of practice doing what? Being your friend. He moved to another nail. Theoretically, only you can see me, but when an imaginary friend is left to his own devices, alone and forgotten, who knows? His voice trailed off. He made a pouty face, far better than anything Robin could pull off. It's been a long time since you left me behind. Perhaps things have changed. Perhaps the fabric of the universe has unraveled just a tad. Well, what if you are invisible? I can't let you just walk down the hall to my room. What if my dad wakes up to get a snack? What if Robin has to go to the bathroom? She doesn't have a litter box in her room? No, she does not have a litter box in her room. I pointed to the toilet. Ah, yes, it's all coming back to me now. Look, we're going to my room. Be quiet. And if anybody comes out, just, I don't know, freeze. Pretend you're a stuffed animal. Stuffed? He sounded offended. I beg your pardon. Just do what I say. The hallway was dark except for the bathroom light spilling onto the carpet like melted butter. Crenshaw moved silently for such a big guy. That's why cats are amazing hunters. I heard a soft creak behind me. Robin stepped out of her bedroom. I jerked my head to check on Crenshaw. He froze in place. His mouth was open and his teeth were bared, like one of those dusty dead animals on display at a natural history museum. Jax, said Robin in a slurry voice, who are you talking to? All right, what chapter did I say we're going to go to? 15? Okay. All right. Chapter 15. Aretha, I said. I was talking to Aretha. I hated lying, but it wasn't like I had a choice. Robin yawned. Were you giving her a bath? Yeah. I looked back and forth and back. Sister, imaginary friend. Sister, imaginary friend. Aretha ran over to nuzzle Robin's hand. Aretha's not wet, Robin said. I used the hair dryer on her. She hates the hair dryer. Robin kissed the top of Aretha's head. Don't you, baby? Robin didn't seem to see Crenshaw, maybe because it was pretty dark in the hallway, or maybe because he was invisible, or maybe because none of this was really happening. She smells the same, Robin observed. Nice and doggy. I glanced at Crenshaw. He rolled his eyes. Oh, well, Robin said, yawning. I'm going back to bed. Night, Jax. Love you. Night, Robin, I said. Love you too. As soon as her bedroom door closed, we retreated to my room. Crenshaw leaped onto my mattress as if he owned it. When Aretha tried to join him, he growled. It wasn't very convincing. I need to understand what's happening. I slumped against the wall. Am I going crazy? Crenshaw's tail rose and fell, making lazy S's in the air. No, you most certainly are not. He licked a paw. By the way, at the risk of repeating myself, how about those purple jelly beans? When I didn't answer, he settled into a donut-shaped tail wrapped around himself and closed his eyes. He purred the way my dad snores, like a motorboat with engine problems. I stared at him, a huge, damp, bubble bath taking cat. There's always a logical explanation, I told myself. And a part of me, the scientist part of me, really wanted to figure out what was going on. Still, a much bigger part of me felt certain that I needed this hallucination, this dream, this thing to disappear. Later, when Crenshaw was safely out of my house, not to mention my brain, I could think about what all this meant. A soft knock on my door told me Robin was back. She always knocks the beginning of Wheels on the Bus. Tap, 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 tap. Jackson, please go to sleep, Robin. I can't sleep. I miss my trash can. Your trash can? Dad took my trash can to sell at the yard sale. I'm pretty sure that was a mistake, Robin, I said. Nobody wants to buy your trash can. It had blue bunnies on it. We'll get it out of the garage in the morning. Aretha made a move to sniff Crenshaw's tail. He hissed. I put my finger to my lips to shush him, but Robin didn't seem to hear anything. Night, Robin, I said. See you in the morning. Jackson? I rubbed my eyes and groaned the way I'd seen my parents do more than what. Now what? Do you think I can get another bed someday? Sure, of course. Maybe even one with blue bunnies. Jackson? Yes. My room is scary without my stuff in it. Could you come read me, Lyle? I took a long, slow breath. Sure, I'll be right there. Robin sniffled. I'll just wait right here by your door, okay? Okay. I shot a glance at Crenshaw. Just give me a second, Robin. There's something I really need to do. Go ahead, put your bookmark in at 16.